Today we're exploring Let the Right One In and Let Me In. We'll look at how each film uses cinematography, sound, and editing to build its world, how culture reshapes the story's themes, and how Matt Reeves managed to make one of the rare remakes that actually stands on its own. This isn't a battle to declare a winner. It's a journey into how stories change when they cross borders. Both films are built on the same foundation: a lonely boy, a mysterious new neighbor, a friendship that deepens into something beautiful, terrifying, and impossible. But underneath, this is less a vampire story than it is a story about connection and dependency. Who do we let into our lives, and at what cost? Let's start with the look. In Let the Right One In, the camera is an observer. Wide, static frames capture children isolated in snowy courtyards, fluorescent lit schoolrooms, and stark apartment blocks. The compositions emphasize emptiness. Violence is often shown at a distance or partially obscured, as if the world itself refuses to acknowledge it. The result, we feel like voyeurs in a cold, indifferent universe. In Let Me In, Reeves and cinematographer Greg Fraser, who would later shoot Dune and The Batman, take a more immersive approach. The lighting is warmer but drenched in shadow, often using practical sources like lamps and streetlights. The camera pushes closer to faces, guiding us to feel every flicker of emotion. Violence is visceral, sometimes stylized with CGI like Abby's animalistic attacks, which emphasize her inhumanity. Color tells the story too. Let the Right One In is dominated by pale blues and whites, the washed-out glow of endless snow. It creates a world where warmth barely exists, reflecting Oscar's isolation. The only real bursts of color come from blood, which lands like a wound on the screen. Let Me In swaps snow for desert twilight. Browns, oranges, and shadows fill the frame, reflecting 1980s suburban America. The palette is more nostalgic, almost tender like a faded photograph. It places the story in a memory, not just a moment. Sweden's world is hostile and empty, while America's feels haunted by the past. In Let the Right One In, silence is a weapon. Long stretches of near quiet make every sudden noise a scream, a blow, a heartbeat echo like thunder. It feels realistic, but also alien. When Eli feeds, the sound of tearing flesh isn't exaggerated. It's clinical, almost indifferent. Let Me In uses a fuller, more traditional horror score by Michael Giacchino. Sound effects heighten the violence, and silence is used sparingly, usually just before something happens. It's more manipulative, but intentionally. So this is horror in the American tradition, guiding the audience's emotions moment to moment. Again, restraint versus orchestration. Editing reinforces this divide. Tomas Alfredson's Swedish film often holds shots far longer than expected. Scenes breathe. We're forced to sit in Oscar's loneliness, in Eli's quiet menace. Even violent moments linger, without the comfort of quick cuts. Reeves's Let Me In uses tighter pacing. Scenes are more rhythmically structured build-up, release, aftermath. It's still slow by Hollywood standards, but it moves with purpose, always leading us to the next emotional beat. The Swedish film drifts like memory. The American one pulses like a heartbeat. But the real power lies in how each culture frames the story's themes. In Sweden, loneliness feels existential. Oscar isn't just bullied, he's trapped in a world that offers no comfort. Eli's companionship feels like salvation, but also corruption. The film refuses to tell us whether Oscar is escaping or damning himself. It's ambiguity as horror, a hallmark of Scandinavian storytelling. In America, loneliness feels personal and cultural. Owen's world is shaped by divorce, religion, and the morality of the Reagan era. Abby isn't ambiguous, she's tragic. The story leans toward romance, toward two outcasts finding solace, where Sweden asks, is this love or manipulation?
Better take a deep breath.
Passa på att andas.
The pool scene, a study in contrasts. Both films climax with the swimming pool sequence. Same setting, same stakes.
Okay, Jimmy. Shut up.
Jimmy.
Håll käften!
In Sweden, it's hauntingly restrained. The camera never shows the violence directly. Instead, we stay underwater with Oscar, watching bubbles, limbs, and blood drift past. It's dreamlike, horrifying, and ambiguous. Did Oscar just become free or enslaved? In America, Reeves makes it operatic. The carnage is visible, the violence cathartic. Abby is not just savior, not just monster, she's both. Life with Abby may be dangerous, but it's better than loneliness. Two visions, one ambiguous, one cathartic. So what do you think? Should remakes strive for faithful imitation? Or should they reimagine a story the way Matt Reeves did? Let me know in the comments, and if this breakdown gave you something to chew on, hit like and subscribe for more essays on the films that haunt us long after the credits roll.